Hello there and welcome to the training video for opening the driving range. Today it's very cold. It's actually April 2015. I think some frost has just cleared and we're going to head over and open up the driving range. You see I brought my trusty range keys with me. Very important to have those. Because if you don't have them you can't open the range and you have to drive back, and that's always embarrassing. I just waved to grounds crew. They're working hard. And we're just going to pull up to the left side here and park our golf cart. So I'm just going to take my key here. There's only 3 of them, so hopefully this doesn't take you too long. I'm just going to open up this door here. That is the main door to the range shed. And very important to open the washroom, because then members will have access to this as they're playing the 15th hole and hitting balls at the range. So very important to open this. There we go. Yes, it is open. Yep, that is open. There we go. Really good, really good. So now we're going to hop into the shed here, and very important to take our flags out first. And I'm just going to load up a few things on my golf cart. So feel free to make this your own, but I've done this so many times that this is one of the most efficient ways to do it. Just going to put those right down the middle, and they can just kind of sit in one of the glove boxes. And I'm just going to pop open the latch. You'll see there's a latch there left. The right one, there's actually a right one as well, but it was not done up, so I didn't have to do it. And I'm just going to close this door here. Really unnecessary to lock it, but I'm all about security. And I've got my Kubota key. This is a Kubota. It's a 4-wheel drive monster. This one is brand spanking new, so as I try to figure it out, this is the first time I've actually been in it. Need to release the parking brake, which is actually already released. That's why I'm able to start it. So if the parking brake is not released, it won't start. And you have to press down really hard with your foot, your right foot, on the actual brake when you're starting this. So I'm starting it in neutral. And here I'm struggling a little bit to get it to actually go into reverse, because I haven't actually put it in gear. So you'll see that I'm just going to fiddle around with it. This is the first time I've been in this, so I actually put the parking brake on here, and I think that will help, but it doesn't. So I realized that, and I released the parking brake. There we go. And she still won't go into reverse because I have not put it in. There we go. It's in reverse now. And I'm just backing it out. You can't see here because I have a chest mount on, but I'm just backing up, looking over my shoulder, making sure I don't hit any trees or members or wildlife. And there we go. Pop the latch. Turned it off at this point. Oh no, I've left it running. Just let it warm up out there. So I'm just going to hand bomb some buckets up here. And you will see, as I go along, that I'm actually putting them in the wrong spot. That would not be a good spot to put the buckets. But it's my first time this year, and I'm a little rusty. So I'm just going to grab 2 buckets, 1 in each hand. And you see I'm doing this with a good pace to it, because I want to get back to the back shop and make sure my associate that I'm working with isn't all by his lonesome and getting bombarded. So I'm not looking to take my time with this. I really want to speed this process up as quickly as I can and get my heart rate up at the same time. And there we go. See, I'm grabbing 3 buckets. I'm going big. So very important to set this up correctly, because you'll hear it from the range attendant if you don't put buckets in the right spot. There we go. And you see I've even noticed here that I've put them in the wrong spot, so I'm going to move them back quite a bit here so that somebody doesn't hit it with their driver if they're using a tee. And I'm just going to move them all back. There we go, that's a little better. So now I'm going to grab the Cayman balls. And these are distance reduced golf balls. So if somebody is hitting a driver and it's going too far over the back of the range, because our range is short, it's about 190 yards from the back tee and 160 from the front tee. So the right tee is the back tee and the left tee is the front tee. And there we go, I'm grabbing 6 buckets of Cayman balls. And I'm just going to pop those down behind. Oh, I dropped a couple. No worries. See how I'm putting them in front? Not good. Somebody could still hit that. So you'll see in a couple minutes I will realize that. Because you got to put your mind in the you got to put yourself in the mind of the golfer, right? If I'm going to stand there and hit a shot, I'm clearly going to smash my driver into those buckets. So I realize that as I'm walking back, and as you're doing this, note if there's anything wrong, if there's any tees missing, or if there's garbage anywhere, anything out of sorts. You know, if there's a sprinkler leaking, anything that could be not normal. Very important to note that and tell the right person about it, or pick up the garbage, or whatever has to be done. So I'm just grabbing my last little bucket of Cayman balls. And you'll see shortly I realize, hey, that's not a good spot for these. I would hit that with my driver. Most people will adjust them. I mean, you could put them off the mats if you wanted to, if you felt more comfortable with that, but this should suffice. So I'm just going to adjust all of those. And that is awesome. That looks perfect. Pick up that last one. There we go. That looks great. Now I'm heading in and I'm going to grab a few supplies for my cart. So I'm getting the 3 flags and the shag bag for the practice chipping green. And I also want to get the shoe cleaner, because that's going to go over by the parking lot so people can clean their shoes off before they get back in their cars. There we go. Just strap that in there. Perfect. And now, very important, the yardage markers. So you see, this is the 191. It's for the back set of tee decks that are on the mat. So I'm just going to hand bomb this one out. And you want to put it in a nice friendly spot where people can see it, right? There's no point in putting it off in the woods or something, or aimed in the wrong direction. If I'm standing at the mat, I should be able to see this and know what yardages I have. There we go. Beautiful, I can see it. I know what I'm going to hit. So the other one, I'm going to load into my golf cart, because I'm going to drive all of my supplies over to the other side. And this can just go right down beside me. You see it's getting pretty full in there. Pop that in. And then I'm going to head over to the other side of the range. But what I'm going to do is hop in the Kubota and head over there. So I make sure, first of all, that I have enough supplies in the back of the Kubota. I've actually just set up my golf cart for my final run, and I'm going to head over and set up the other side of the range the same way that I did. Alright, so I'm over on the other side here of the range, and I'm just going to set it up the exact same way that I did the back side. So doing the same thing, putting buckets down, putting Cayman balls down. Alright, so I've set this one up. You'll see I've set it up really well. Want to make sure that every slot has some balls. Right? That looks great. Very good. Now I'm just going to return the Kubota to its home. So just driving it back down the side here. And you'll notice with the Kubota, if you let go of the gas, it's going to jam on the brakes. So you have to be very gentle with the gas when you release it, or else it's going to just stop you in your tracks. So I'm just going to park this here. and put on the handbrake and turn it off. There goes our handbrake. Beautiful. Now I've got my keys on me in my pocket, so I can... Oh, no I don't. I left them in the cart. I want to make sure I get those before I leave. Very easy to forget them and leave them in the Kubota. I am grabbing the 3 blue flags. These will go in on the T-deck. It's just for pitch shots and chip shots. So here I go to the other side of the range, and basically what I'm doing is I'm going to complete this side of the range, and I'm going to put up my yardage marker. And you see I'm going to aim it so that people can see where it is. Alright, it's just off to the side. Somebody can look over their shoulder. You could put it on the right side if you wanted to. It just has to be in a nice spot so somebody can actually see where it goes. And I just want to make sure, pay attention to detail, that all of my yardages are correct, right? If you see something like 658, that's clearly not the right yardage. So usually the range attendant will have them set. If you really want to, you could, you know, bring down a rangefinder and figure out the range if the tees are on the grass. But we're doing mat setup today. So here I am putting down the foot cleaner, the shoe cleaner. I'm just going to put that at the edge of the parking lot here so somebody could clean their feet off and get back into their car. And you see it says mats only on that sign because the turf hasn't really started growing since we're back in April. And I'm just going to walk over, there I go, with my shag bag and 3 flags, and I'm going to pop those. Just going to put the shag bag at the side of this little pitching green here. Right, just like that. And then put my 3 flags into the holes, which have already been cut by our wonderful greens crew. Here we go. Next I am going to put in these 3 pitching flags, the blue ones, and they have a different bottom to them. It's a thinner bottom, so one goes right here. And the holes are small, so it'll be a little difficult, especially if there's any debris. So I actually didn't put one in there. I am trying to find exactly where to put this one, and here's where the first one goes. You'll see how small the hole is there, right? Number 1 is in. So again, there's number 1. And number 2, you just sort of walk the T line there. And number 2. And I'm just trying to locate the 3rd hole. And you'll see it's just there it is, found it. Perfect. So I have all 3 put in now, and I'm pretty much ready to finish off the final step. And you can see that I'm putting the flags in, so red goes in the front green. Make sure to put the red flag in the first green, so the one closest to the mats, the front green. And just going to drive along here. And white goes in the middle green. So I'm parking off to the side here. The grass hasn't really started to grow big time because it's April, so I'm being extra cautious and not driving on the green. You can see it's been aerated. So I am taking my time staying off the green. If it's wet, I would do the same thing. Normal days, you could just drive up right beside it and just plop them in right from your golf cart. And blue, walk along and put that one in. Back green is blue, so red front, white middle, black blue, back blue, not black blue. And I'm going back to my cart, and I am pretty much done for the day. And I can go back to the pro shop. And I've done that pretty quickly. So I really urge you to do it quickly. You don't want to take a long time with this. Just driving to the back of the range, I'm going to do one final look at everything. Oh boy, that looks good. And you're all done, and you're ready to go back to the back shop and get to work.